I've heard so many good things about Notion, but where should I start? When I first started using Notion, I felt quite unsure where to begin. Its flexibility and lack of a preset structure felt a bit intimidating at first. But as I got the hang of it, this app literally made my life so much easier in many ways. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to get started with Notion. And for that, here's how I'll go about it throughout the video. First, I'll show you the Notion journaling template I've created. You can download it for free and use it as is for your journaling, especially if you prefer writing digitally on your computer or phone. Then, I'll walk you through how to navigate this Notion template. And let's be honest, where's the fun if you don't customize it to fit your own style and need? So along the way, I'll also show you how to add or delete the parts of the template to your liking. While doing that, you'll naturally pick up the core features of Notion, so you can navigate it with more confidence. Alright then, let's get to it. Quick tip. If you're new to Notion, I recommend starting with a template. It's a great way to get familiar with how the app works, and starting from a blank page can feel overwhelming, especially in Notion. Here's a look at my complete Notion journal layout. It's a 3-column layout, each serving a different purpose. On the left side, there's a goal section. In the middle, you'll find the to-do list, and on the right, there's a reflection for the day section. If you scroll to the bottom of the template, you'll also see a habit tracker, which you can use to keep track of your healthy habits. You don't need a banner like this at the top, of course, but it's a fun way to add your personal touch and style. In just a few minutes, I'll show you how to customize it and make it look aesthetic. Okay, so let's go over the template starting from the left side. One thing to understand about Notion is that everything is made up of blocks. Even if it's not obvious at first, you're essentially stacking blocks, kind of like Lego, starting from top left. For example, at the top left, you'll see a calendar. If you don't need it, you can simply delete it. Just click here, delete. So that was a block, and if you don't like something you did, always just hit Command Z to undo it. See this little goal setting text? That's also a block too. When you hover over top left corner of any block, you'll see a small gray icon with 6 dots. That's your clue. It means, hey, this is a block you can move, duplicate, or delete. If you click on it, a menu pops up with all kinds of actions you can take. And if you want to move the block, just grab it by these dots, drag it, and drop it wherever you like. So feel free to play around. Personally, I like keeping the calendar visible right on the homepage so I can quickly check dates and deadlines at a glance. In case you're wondering how I added it in the first place, let me show you by bringing in a new digital clock just below the calendar. So first, head over to www.widgetbox.app. You'll need to log in to access their widgets, of course. They have tons of free options you can choose. After logging in the left-hand menu, click Clocks, then select Digital Clock. Alright, so click Customize and Embed. This is the free version. On the right-hand side, you'll see all the design options you can play around with. I'm choosing a nice green color and rounding the corners only a little bit to match my aesthetic. Okay, once you're happy with how it looks, click the copy button at the very top to copy the embed URL. Now head back to your Notion template. So to insert the clock, just paste the URL link directly into your Notion page. So Command V, and a submenu will pop up. Select embed. And there it is, easy peasy. You can resize it like this and move it around and place it wherever you like on your page. Below the calendar, there's a goal section. I like to keep my top 3 priority goals visible so I can see them every time I open Notion. So for example, for goal number 1, can't find Finder available. Okay, and then when you click on the goal setting title here at the very top, it will take you to the goal page where you can edit your goals. So for example, for goal number 1, we wrote make the A5 Finder available. And you can list the specific actions needed to reach each goal. Here, you can write something like Photoshop. you can go ahead and personalize it here to set the goals that you want to reach. In addition to that, I usually like to set deadlines for my goals. So if you scroll down a bit, you'll see a future log. This is where I'll write down the goals I want to finish by certain months. For example, right under July, make a file binder available. And on the right side, there's a weekly overview section where you can jot down what you would like to get done each week. But if it feels like too much, you can always delete it to keep things simpler. At the very top of the goal page, there's a space to write your one-sentence mantra. All right, let's go back to the homepage of the journaling template. To do that, just click the breadcrumb link above that says Liz's journaling template. In the middle part, we have the to-do list section, where you'll see two boxes, one for today's to-dos and another for some days to-dos. So your goal is to check off every task in today's to-do list. If any tasks are left here at the end of the day, you have two options. One, delete the task if it turns out you don't need to do it. Or two, move it to the some days to-do list if you still plan to do it, but you're not sure when. To move a task, just click and drag it over. It will automatically shift into Someday's database. This is one of the hidden features I love about Notion. You can move entries from one database to another. Speaking of which, let me quickly show you how to use the filter function so that once you check off a task, it automatically disappears. So click right here where it says 2 rules. Then click on the first rule and change it to checked. Now, any task you complete will instantly disappear from view, like this, nice and clean. And if you ever want to see what you've checked off for the day, just toggle the filter like this to bring everything back. All right, let's move on to the right side. We have a reflection section. If you click on it, you'll see your list of daily reflections. For example, let's write a new reflection entry together so I can show you how it works. Click New Page here, then type the symbol, @ and select Today from the dropdown. Then when you hover over the title, you'll see an open button. You click that, and if you want to see it the full screen view, just click the little expand icon in the top corner. When you make a new page, you'll see that I have already made a reflection prompts template page for you. If you would like to use it, it comes with my favorite journaling prompts. Just click the journal prompts like this, and then you can use the template. Or you can just go ahead with a blank page if you like. So you can type your responses to the questions for your daily journal, and if you would like, you can even add photos. Let me show you how to do that. Just press the / key. So this / key is probably the most used shortcut in Notion for adding a new block. You can insert photos, videos, audio, whatever helps you express yourself best in your journal. So let's choose the image, upload file, go to your folder where you have the image, insert it in just like that. One cool feature I love is being able to create a point form summary of your journal reflections. If you journal, I highly recommend revisiting your entries once a week or a month. It really helps you to stay reminded of all the valuable lessons you have learned over time. And when you have a point form summary, you don't have to read everything from beginning to end. You can simply scan the key takeaways at a glance. So to do this in Notion, just highlight your reflection like this, click Ask AI, and type, give me a point form summary at the end. And there you go. I'm going to highlight the summary with a yellow highlighter like this, just for the future reference. And there you go. All right, we're back on the homepage because I want to show you something. Under daily reflection, if you want to create a new blog, say for your daily household budget or a book reading list, you can do so really easily. First, click the new page icon, then type a title. I am gonna go write something like reading notes because I want to show you a fancy new feature in Notion. Once you start typing, you'll see an option pop up in light gray just above the title. You can also add a fun icon to personalize the page like this. Maybe use an icon for like that and choose the green color. You can also add a banner to make the section more visibly pleasing. Click Add Cover, then click Change Cover. You can choose an image from the gallery or select one from your own. And I love going on Pinterest to find image styles I like, especially in GIF format. So I'll search something like Studio Ghibli GIF. You'll find tons of beautiful options. Once you find the one you like, you'll see 3 dots right here, and click on it, download image, and save it to a folder on your computer. And then we go back to the Notion and upload that image as your cover. So upload file, find that image that you have just downloaded, and there you go. You've got a beautiful banner for your meeting notes block. If the crop doesn't look quite right, just click reposition right here and adjust it however you like. So drag it upward a little and save position. All right, let's go into the meeting notes page by clicking its title. In here, we're going to create something called a database. While you could, of course, create a separate page for each day like this, for example, slash and make a page, make another page like so, and just keep on going. But a database is a much easier way to organize and manage your daily entries. Once you understand how to use the databases in Notion, it becomes super simple to manage tons of notes and information. So let me show you how to do it. Start by typing a / to bring up the block menu. You'll see a bunch of options pop up. Don't worry, it might look overwhelming at first, but these are just different ways you can view or style your database. For our meeting notes, let's choose Table View. And ta-da! You now have a table-style database. To create a new entry or page within the database, just click right here, type in a title. I'll use something like Meeting Notes Demo, hit enter, and click open to view your new page. So now let me show you how to use Notion's AI meeting notes feature. Type the command / it'll pop up right there as a first option. Click on it. Just a quick note, you'll need to download the Notion app to use this feature. Click the download button, open the file, install it by double-clicking it. You're ready to go. Part of my workflow for planning YouTube content involves talking through upcoming video ideas with my husband. These conversations help me organize my thoughts and often lead to insights that shape the final content, like the one you're watching right now. During these chats, I usually take notes, since I take notes on almost everything. But now with this feature, Notion does the note-taking for me. It automatically transcribes audio in real time and provides structured summaries with timestamps once the conversation ends. It's a super helpful feature you can use for meetings, casual conversations, or any moment when inspiration strikes and you want to capture it on the go. And for those of you who may not know, my mother tongue is Korean. So when I talk with my husband, I often switch back and forth between English and Korean. The cool part is that Notion recognizes both languages, transcribes them, and still gives a full summary of the entire conversation. Let's see how it did. Here's the summary of what I just said. Voila! So convenient. Now that we've covered all the columns, goals, to-dos, and reflection, if you scroll down a bit, you'll see the habit tracker. Depending on your preference, I've set it to table view here, but you can switch it to gallery view by clicking this button right here. Personally, I prefer the table view layout. This habit tracker is set up so that each day a new row will automatically be created with the date as the title. Right now, I've included 7 habits to track right here with these small icons. But if you only want to track 5 or 6 habits, just delete the extra ones by clicking right here. And if you want to track more than 7, you can easily add more columns like this. So just click on any of these habits. And if you go down, you can duplicate the property and click on it to rename it to your new habit. new habit of whichever you choose and choose an icon by clicking here, and that's it. Now you have a new habit with a new column. So at the end of the day, simply check off the habits that you've completed. As you check them off by clicking the little squares, you'll see the progress bar go up. This part is important. My progress bar is currently set up for 7 habits in total. So if you want to track fewer, say 5 habits, you'll need to adjust the formula accordingly. I'll show you how to do it, which is really simple. Click day score right here, edit property, edit formula. Inside the formula, which might look a bit intimidating, but don't worry. Just find the number 7 right here at the very bottom and change it to the number of habits you want to track. For example, 5, and save. Tracking habits has honestly been one of the most impactful practices I've done consistently. It's helped me to grow both personally and in business. Just 1% at a time, right? And lastly, I added a little widget block here that automatically refreshes with a new motivational quote every time I open the page. Just a small nudge to stay encouraged. If you're just starting with Notion, I recommend beginning with one specific use case in mind. For example, the journaling template I showed you is designed specifically for journaling, but you can also use Notion for tracking your finances, planning YouTube content, or organizing your business. As you build your workflow around what you need, you can start combining those areas into a more structured system, like snapping together Lego blocks. So start with a clear goal, build your layout using small, simple blocks, and adjust as you go. So that's it for today's little tutorial on the basics of Notion, while walking you through how to navigate the journaling template I created and how to customize it to your liking. You've actually learned pretty much all the Notion basics you need to get started. As I mentioned, the template I showed in the video is completely free. Feel free to download it in the description and use it for your own journaling practice, or tweak it however you like based on what we've covered in the video. I've been using Notion for a while now, and it's honestly one of the apps I use the most every day, for basically every area of organizing my life. So I was really happy when they reached out to collaborate on this. Big thanks to Notion for sponsoring this video. They offer a completely free personal plan, which even includes a limited trial of Notion AI features. There's the link below if you would like to sign up for Notion. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment below and let me know what you learned or enjoyed the most. And I'll see you in the next one.